Hi there, Mom. Sorry to message you so late at night. Are you still awake?
Yes, I'm still up, Tammy.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Is everything all right?
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for sending me my birthday present. I got it in the mail earlier today. It was very sweet of you to send. Thank you so much, Mom.
Oh, good. It arrived faster than I expected. You are very welcome. A day early, but happy birthday, sweetheart.
I really loved what you got me. I can't wait to use it.
I'm glad to hear that you liked it. Do you have any plans for tomorrow? Going out on a date with Sean, perhaps?
Well, I don't know. Sean's been very busy with work lately. He works straight through the weekends, so we haven't been able to spend much time together. I think we'll just have a small celebration at home.
Oh, well, I guess it's not necessarily a bad thing that work is keeping him busy. But it must be lonely for you not being able to spend quality time with him on your birthday. Can he not take you out to dinner at least? It's your first birthday as his wife.
It's fine. I won't feel lonely. A small celebration at home is more than enough. Besides, I'm getting too old for a birthday party anyway.
Don't be silly, Tammy. Birthdays should be celebrated no matter how old you get. I know I'm not ashamed to be excited on my birthdays.
Well, that's because you enjoy asking Dad to get you extravagant gifts.
And he gets it for you, too. Well, my birthday is the one special day in a year I get to ask. Of course I'm going to take advantage of it. Anyway, enough about me. How are things on your end? Are you getting along with Sean's family? It's been 6 months already since you moved near his parents. Do you see them often?
I guess I am settling in okay. It's different here. Not only the family customs, but in general compared to what I'm used to. But I'm slowly getting used to things.
You know, I've been worried about you. It seemed quite spontaneous that Sean asked to move near his parents. I think you two have only been married for a month or so before you two decided. I'm sure they're lovely people, but I know things can be stressful sometimes with in-laws. But you never say anything to me about him or his parents, so I've been worried that you're keeping things in.
I'm getting along with them fine, Mom. They're nice people.
That's all you say. That's what makes me worried.
It's the truth. I live a peaceful life here. I have nothing to complain about them. So you don't need to worry about me, Mom.
Okay, well, if you say so. But if you ever need to let things out, you know you can talk to me. You know I had a hard time dealing with your grandmother. I know they're different people, but because the only in-law I know is your grandmother, I worry that you might be going through something similar.
I'm telling you, Mom, I'm getting along with everyone just fine. And surely it didn't matter how mean Grandma was to you, did it? You are not the kind to get fazed by another woman.
That's not true. I used to be quite sensitive when I was young. I know you're much stronger than me, though. And you are an amazing young lady, so there's no reason why they wouldn't love you the way I do.
Thanks, Mom, but you think too well of me. I'm not that great. I dedicated my life to work after I got out of school, you know. I never took care of myself or my apartment well because I kept myself so busy. I have recently realized how bad I am at cooking and housekeeping now that I have to do it every day. Just yesterday, I was such a huge mess in the kitchen and made a very unpleasant meal.
What? Are we talking about the same Tammy? You've always been an amazing cook. You may not have cooked every day, but when you did cook for us, you always did a splendid job. I'm sure your meal was as great as usual.
No, it was quite embarrassing. I cooked for Sean and his parents, but no one finished it. But it's okay. I understand. Every family has their preferred tastes. My taste is alien to them, and on top of that, I am totally out of practice. Besides, I've never been that great of a cook. You are positively biased because I'm your daughter. I have always made simple stuff. Well, I guess it's true that everyone has different preferences. But don't worry, dear, I'm sure it wasn't as bad as you think. You will learn what they like little by little, just as I did. By the way, will you visit us any time soon? Perhaps for Thanksgiving or Christmas? Well, I wanted to, but I think it's better if I stay here and get used to my new family customs. Sounds like they have their ways of celebrating the holidays. Do they now? But okay, I understand. You've barely settled in anyway. It's probably best that you stay and learn their family traditions, but I hope I can see you early next year. If you are too busy to fly back here, your dad and I would be happy to get on a plane to visit you instead. For sure. I'll ask Sean when he thinks it's best for us to see each other. I really want to see you guys too. I miss you guys a lot. Your dad and I miss you very much too. Let me know when you talk to Sean. Anyways, I should let you go now. I'm sure adjusting to your new life isn't always easy, but don't push yourself too hard. I'm happy to listen if you ever need to let it out. You know I'm always here for you. Or if you need me physically, I would jump on a plane in a heartbeat. Just let me know, yeah? I will, Mom. Thank you. But you really need to stop worrying about me so much. Anyway, I should get to sleep now. I love you, Mom. Good night. I love you too. Good night, honey. Sean, are you there? I'm sorry to bother you, but I had a call from the hospital that Tammy was taken in for an injury. Do you know how she's doing? They told me it's nothing serious, but I can't get a hold of her. Are you aware of what happened?
Hi, Lauren. Tammy's doing okay. She was feeling dizzy earlier this morning. Ended up falling. Unfortunately, she hit her head when she did.
What? She hit her head?
Yes, I'm afraid so. She's got a nasty cut and a few stitches. But other than the cut, nothing serious. She's been told to stay still, so she's resting at the hospital right now.
Will she be able to go home soon, or is she staying there for a few days?
No, she's coming home after resting for a few hours. She was unconscious for a short time, so needs to lay still for the time being. The doctors are monitoring her while she rests as a precaution, but the last I heard, she should be able to go home in the afternoon.
Okay, I see.
I'm sorry the hospital called you before I let you know. It must have scared you so much.
It did, especially since I couldn't get a hold of Tammy. I never imagined I would get such a call from the hospital. To think of it, though, why did they call me? I mean, I understand if they call you, but hospitals don't call every single family member of their patient, do they?
I'm not sure, but maybe one of the nurses asked if she wanted to call anyone when I'd stepped out from the room. Perhaps Tammy gave the nurse your number. She was still hazy when she was taken in, so it's possible she was confused.
Oh, that must be it. Maybe she was just asking that someone called me to let me know what was going on. Anyway, it scared me to death. I'm so glad to hear she's okay. She fell at home, right? I'm glad it happened in the morning and not some other time she's alone at home. It gives me chills to think she could have been lying there without any help for hours.
I agree. Luckily, I was still there, getting ready to go to work.
How come she was dizzy, do you know? Has she been ill lately? Perhaps the heat got to her. I heard on the news that it's still brutally hot down there.
She's been fine, as far as I know. The doctor said anyone can experience dizziness. It wasn't triggered by an illness or anything of that sort, so I think it was spontaneous.
Okay. Well, I guess I get dizzy sometimes too, just by suddenly standing up.
Oh, shoot, Sean, I'm sorry. I wasn't keeping track of the time. You are headed to work soon, aren't you?
Don't worry. I'm still at the hospital now. I'll stay by Tammy for a little longer before I go to work. Hope I was able to make you feel less worried.
Yes, you sure did. Thank you for staying by her side. I was going to jump on a plane if I couldn't get a hold of you, but it sounds like you've got everything under control. I'll sit tight and wait for Tammy to call me when she wakes up. Can you let her know?
I certainly will. I'm sorry that you have to wait, Lauren. I'm sure you won't be relieved until you get a hold of her. But I'll have her call you as soon as she can. Hi, Mum. Sorry I couldn't message you yesterday.
Huh? Tammy?
Ah, yeah. Why are you asking if this is your own daughter?
Oh, well, it's nothing. My mind was somewhere else. I must be tired from not being able to sleep all night.
Oh, poor you. Were you not able to sleep because of me?
That's right. I heard you fell and hit your head. You scared me to death.
I'm sorry, Mum. I thought Sean told you I was alright.
Yes, he did, but I was waiting for you to call me, too. I needed to know from you that you were all right.
Sorry that I kept you waiting. I ended up sleeping, even after I got home from the hospital. Must have been so tired. I never imagined that I'd be sent to the hospital from being dizzy. Maybe it's all the stress I've been carrying. Truth is, something's been bothering me lately.
What is it? You should tell me if there's anything I can do to help.
Well, Mum, I hate to have to ask you this, but do you think we can borrow some money from you?
Money? What do you need it for?
I've been keeping this from you because I didn't want you to worry, but Sean is very sick. He was diagnosed with cancer a few months ago. Doctors said he'll be in critical condition in a matter of days if he didn't get proper treatment. He's been pouring money into his treatment since the diagnosis. But he's in a bad condition and we need more. I never knew that the cost for cancer treatment's so expensive. So, as much as I hate asking you, I have to keep him alive. Do you think you could spare us some?
Wow, I didn't know he had cancer. I'm so sorry to hear that.
It's horrible. If we keep spending money on expensive treatments like this, we won't be able to pay our bills. But there's no way we can stop his treatment. If we do, he could die. So I'm asking you out of desperation. Mum, please help us.
No, I will not help you. Frankly, I don't care about what happens to your husband. In fact, it's probably better for the world if he's gone.
Mum, what's gotten into you? There's some kind of a joke. I'm in serious trouble right now. How can you be so mean?
Mean? I'm just being honest here. He's a piece of trash. The world would be a better place without him.
Why do you think that? Did he ever do anything to you?
Not me. You know best why he's not worth a penny, Tammy.
No, I don't. Mum, you have to tell me why. I thought he's been nice to you. Even yesterday, he updated you on how I was doing after the fall, right?
You know, I really prefer not to talk about him. Can we stop this conversation? My decision is final. I will not provide any financial support.
Mum, come on. You've always been compassionate for others. Sean has cancer. This is the time to show your compassion. Don't you feel sorry for us at all?
No, I don't. At least not for him. He's only getting what he deserves.
Unbelievable. I didn't know you were such a cold-hearted person. You said I could count on you if I ever needed your help. You're a liar. I hate you. I don't want to talk to you again. Lauren, you there? I need your help.
Sean, what's the matter?
Tammy's gone. I can't find her anywhere. She left her smartphone in her room. She must have taken off somewhere.
I see.
You're not worried about your own daughter?
No, I'm not that worried.
Have you forgotten it was only yesterday she fell and hit her head? You said you were scared to death for her. Why are you all cool about her disappearing? Did something happen?
Not that I can think of.
I saw her phone, you know. Read the conversation you had with her. Last conversation she had with anyone before disappearing.
You mean the one about lending you guys money?
And I hate to say this, but I think you triggered her to run away. I mean, you were so cruel to her.
You think so?
I'm sorry that we've been keeping a secret from you, but what Tammy told you is the truth. I developed a form of aggressive cancer that requires costly treatment. My parents recently agreed to get a loan to pay it off, but Tammy hated the idea of getting a loan from someone else other than family. That's why she reached out to you, out of desperation. But you brushed her off so easily. I don't really know why you dislike me, but right now, the reason doesn't matter that much. You shouldn't have been so cruel to your daughter. There are other ways to turn her favour down. All you did was hurt her.
Well, I'm glad to hear that your parents can get a loan for you. If that's the case, please keep the problem to yourselves. There's nothing I can do to help you.
You know my parents are not well off like you are. Why would you turn Tammy down like that when you have the ability to help us? I understand that it's shameful to have to ask for money. But we're only asking because it's a matter of life or death. Please, Lauren, won't you help us just this once? I don't want to die.
Sean, enlighten me, because I am confused right now. Are you worried about my daughter disappearing, or are you worried about the money?
About Tammy, of course.
Oh, really? Because for the past couple of minutes, not once have you asked if I knew where she was, or suggested a way to find her. So it sounded like, to me, that you cared more about the money.
No, that's not true. I just thought maybe if Tammy found out that you'll help us, she'd come back.
How so? Let's pretend that I say, okay. How are you going to let her know the wonderful news, huh? She left her phone, right? How are you going to let her know that I agreed to help?
I don't think she's gone that far yet. Hasn't been so long since she left, so maybe she'll come back in a little bit.
Enough, Sean. I'm done playing along to your stupid skit.
What?
I did indeed receive a message from Tammy this morning, but that was you, wasn't it, Sean? You pretended to be Tammy and tried to get money from me.
What? Have you gone mad? Why would I do anything like that? That was Tammy herself.
You don't have to lie to us anymore, because that wasn't Tammy. We know for a fact because she is here with us now.
What? You with her? That's some kind of joke, right?
Of course it isn't a joke. We got her out of the dirty shed you kept her in the middle of the night.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, then you must have no brain. Or do you want to try and play another skit? We know everything. We know that you and your parents abused Tammy for the past 6 months.
What? Abuse, Tammy? Well, Lauren, there must be some serious misunderstanding here. We would never do anything like that to her.
Did you think that we wouldn't find out because you only let her use her phone while you watched? Well, my daughter outsmarted you. She let us know everything by calling us yesterday.
Called you? When did she call you?
Yes, from a payphone in the hospital. She told us that you hit her, you son of a bitch. She was taken to the hospital because you hit her after she refused to ask us for money. You hit her so hard that she lost consciousness.
No, I didn't. Is that what she's telling you? She's lying. She can't prove that I did anything like that.
She had bruises all over her body. We've already taken her to a doctor here and have her injuries recorded. We also have proof that you took away her phone and locked her up in the shed. We recorded everything when we got her out.
Lauren, anyone can make that kind of video. If you can't prove how she got in there, no one is ever going to believe it.
Maybe not, but we'll simply have to see, won't we? It's all right, we have the money to come after you and your family. No matter how long it takes or how much it costs, we will prove what you've done to our sweet girl. You know, a good place to start is the way you used up Tammy's personal savings. Didn't you know that banking transactions are always recorded and easy to get? There are plenty of ways to corner you, Sean, so be prepared. Wait.
Lauren, you don't know the full story. You see, Tammy's been cheating on me with a neighbour, so we locked her up in the shed as a punishment. We only wanted her to understand what she's done.
Okay, so you have cancer and your wife cheated on you? Boy, you must have such bad luck. What else, huh? Do only lies come out of your mouth? You should be so ashamed of yourself. We've already contacted the police. I'm sure they'll come knocking on your door in no time.
Police? Are you serious?
Damn right I am. You have treated our daughter like a slave. You stole her money and you physically abused her if she didn't obey. You didn't even let her use her own phone to contact her parents. You also pretended to be her to steal our money, so am I serious that I went to the police? Yes, I very much am.
Lauren, come on. Everything I did was just part of a fight between husband and wife. Any couple fight. Right?
I will let the police decide if a fight will cut everything you have done. As far as I can recall, they have listed several offenses that they can charge you for by the end of our meeting earlier today.
Wait, please. Can I talk to Tammy? Let me apologise to her. Maybe I went too far. I see now that I haven't been a great husband to her, but I love her. Please let me talk to her. I'm begging you.
Hell no. You are never talking to her directly ever again. Our lawyer and my husband and I will represent her to make you and your parents pay.
Lauren, seriously, just not the police, please. I won't be able to live if I lost my job. Besides, I never wanted to do anything to Tammy. It was my parents. They started to mistreat her first and made me do it too. And they kept sending all my money, so I depended on your daughter. But I never wanted to hurt her. I swear.
Like I said earlier, I don't give a damn about what happens to you. You have treated my daughter like trash. You deserve to have a miserable life. I pray that you live in agony and regret for the rest of your life. You know, I never knew that I can have such a strong hatred towards someone. But right now, I do to you. So much so that I wish it were true that you were really dying. Shortly after, we filed an official complaint against Sean and his family for abusing Tammy. Around the same time, Tammy filed for divorce from Sean. During the divorce trial, Sean denied any claims for abuse at first, but photos and medical records of Tammy's injuries, along with a neighbor's testimony, left him no choice but to admit his wrongdoings. In the end, we reached a settlement that Sean and his family pay Tammy back for every penny they have stolen, along with consolation money, and submit an affidavit that they would not come anywhere near Tammy. In exchange, that we ask the police to drop all criminal charges against him and his family. We hated the idea that they would not be prosecuted for their crimes, but the outcome would have had minor impact anyway. We discussed carefully and decided that getting money and freedom back for Tammy was most important, so that she'll be able to get back on her feet again. They were practically broke by the time the trial ended, but thankfully had the house and land as assets. They were made to sell it to pay Tammy back. I heard that Sean's parents were furious about having to let go of their house and blamed him for the outcome. Sean, too, was unhappy that his parents kept spending money. They now live in a tiny apartment together, blaming each other for where they've ended up. To think of it now, perhaps Sean was right about his parents being the root of all their troubles. Nonetheless, I do not feel sorry for him or care about how they'll suffer going forward. I truly hope that they live a lonesome, miserable life. Tammy is living with us now and slowly gaining herself back. We later found out that Tammy couldn't reach out for help, not only because of Sean surveilling her, but also because she didn't want to make us sad, because we seemed so happy when she got married. Tammy's always been soft-hearted, so she must have thought everyone would be happy as long as she sacrificed herself. To think that she had held back to call for help for 6 months breaks my heart. Until her heart is completely healed, my husband and I will do our best to keep her feeling safe and at peace. We will carefully continue to tell her that we wish only for her happiness and that we ask for nothing in exchange.